Welcome back to another episode of Junkoff Jr. So we're back at Dave's tonight. He got a head start today while the weather was good, and he decided to go ahead and spray the hood, cowl trim panel, fill panel. So he wanted to get some little things out of the way, see how the paint sprays out of the gun and all that. And holy smokes, look at that baby shine. Gosh dang, never thought I'd have something that nice. All right, that's the last time we're going to see any of that primer gray. So fortunately, unfortunately, fortunate for me, but not fortunate for Dave, because he has to do all the paint work tomorrow because I'm going to be stuck at work. But while we have some good Florida weather coming through, he's going to go ahead and get the truck painted all blue. And I haven't told you yet, but for the record, the color is US Air Force Strata blue that the truck is. So it's a really nice blue. I can't wait to see it in the sunlight. It completely changes from, you know, sunlight to being in a shadow or being in the dark. It almost looks black. It's a really nice color, and I can't wait to see it. But tomorrow the whole thing's going to be blue. Holy smokes, you can have it any color you want as long as it's blue. So while I was at work today, Dave went ahead and got the truck sprayed, and wow, it looks good. It's really shiny. I love it. You can see everything in it almost like it's black. Good and bad news. So the truck is blue. Got that big part out of the way. But as to be expected, we're not painting this truck in a paint booth, so there are some little imperfections here and there. So we got to do a little bit of wet sanding and detail work and get this thing all cleaned up. All right, we're back at Dave's. Truck is very nice blue. It was before, but we decided to go ahead and wet sand the truck down. There was a few little imperfections here and there, which we knew was going to happen, because as you can see, we are not painting in a paint booth. We don't have one, can't afford one, don't have the room for one, so we're doing it old school style and just doing it right out here under Dave's roof here that he's got in front of the shop. So imperfections were expected. We knew it was going to happen. It was no surprise, no big deal. We wet sand the whole truck down, and that's only going to give us a better final result anyways, so it didn't hurt our feelings at all. So we're going to get this thing all wiped down. Dave's going to start mixing some paint. We're going to get another coat of blue on it. Looking really good. Got US Air Force Strata blue on the whole thing, and once again, it's not perfect. We know it's not going to be perfect. We knew it wasn't going to be perfect because we are painting outside in no paint booth, but considering it turned out really good, and I can't wait to get the rest of the components on the truck. We're going to get the front end stuff bolted on so we can shim fenders and get our hood hinges dialed in, and then we can eventually start to get some of our door handles and chrome trim back on the truck, and then it's going to really come to life. Project for today is, as soon as this Florida fog burns off and we get some direct sunlight, we're gonna go ahead and get this windshield rubber / gasket out of here. Take the windshield out. This is the original one, and I've got a new one, but we gotta wait until that sun comes out and fog to burn off so that a new one can lay in the sun and get a little flexible and soften up a little bit so that we can really stuff it down in these corners. That appears to be the key on these trucks, is really jamming it down in this corner so that it's not too long essentially at the top. So I'm going to go ahead and cut all this one out. We'll get the windshield out, and then we can clean up that channel, address anything if we need to when we get it out. Just have this lock strip, and what we need to do is get this tab out here. And from what I can tell, this just covers up the seam at the bottom where the lock strip meets. And how you get this thing out of here, I'm not sure, but it seems to be coming out. There we go. Okay. Now, it appears our lock strip's ready to come out of there. Ooh. This is going to be a fun one when the first piece breaks like that. That means we're probably going to have to cut it out all the way around. Never know. Keep working at it. Oh yeah. It's going to be a fun one. Okay, so rather than pulling on it, which I know breaks it because I already did that, it appears that this works a little better. Just getting under it with the screwdriver, jamming it under there, and prying it up. And we'll keep doing that all the way around. Then, our windshield should come right out. So got the windshield out, got the old rubber out of there, and the rubber / gasket was actually glued in. They just run a bead in the bottom corner down through here, and it goes all the way around. And it's even stranger because you can tell two different people did it on the assembly line. This side had none in this bottom corner, and the other side was just loaded up, which seems to be like it could be a problem area anyways. So we're definitely gonna put some in there. And I was expecting quite a bit of rust, and that's the only rust spot that we have right there. You can see how long it is judging by my finger. So we're gonna wire brush that down and hit it with a little paint before we put the new sealer and gasket on there, and we should be good to go. Okay, so we got the windshield in with the new gasket, and I bought this handy tool made by Lyle, part number 47000. So it does two things at one time. It opens up the channel groove there for this lock strip to go in, and it pushes it down back here into it, so it's really a one-handed operation. And this lock bead, if you will, is kind of like this D-shaped material, and then we're just going to go right back to where it meets in the middle there, and we'll trim it off. All right, windshield is installed. The worst part of the whole process was getting this gloss black trim piece there in the middle. Not fun at all. You'd better have two sets of hands and a really good friend to help you do that, and your thumbs are going to be worn out when you're done getting that piece in there. Miserable process, but the rest of it went pretty easy. It's just that little piece of trim that's not fun. So that's going to do it for this one. I'm going to wrap this one up. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Thanks for watching Junko Jr. We'll see you next time.